family in Mexico began experiencing strange, paranormal activity inside their home. It all started with random knocks on their door. When they opened it, no one was ever there. Disturbed by these events, the family decided to record what was happening. One night, after being woken by loud sounds, they started filming Take a Look.
Son las... no sé si se alcance a ver, las 3 de la mañana con 1 minuto. Y mi hermana me acaba de levantar porque dice que se escuchan ruidos en el cuarto. Mi esposo y mi niña están dormidos y vamos a ir a ver qué se escucha en el primer cuarto. No hay nadie, solamente estamos mi hermana, mi hija, mi esposo y yo. Aquí en este cuarto está solo porque en estos últimos días nadie ha podido dormir aquí. Como podrán ver, el cuarto está totalmente solo y pues nadie duerme aquí, solo estamos nosotros. Mi hermana dice que se escuchan cosas, pero... ay, me asusté. Pero no sé, pues no se oye nada. No sabe. Amor, levántate. Levántate porque allá le pegaron a la puerta. No sé qué pasó. Vinimos Sara y yo.
Suddenly, their bedroom cabinets were found wide open, as if someone had searched through everything, but no one was there. Moments later, a loud noise came from the bathroom, making everyone panic. Even their dogs began barking nonstop.
La niña está dormida. Estamos solos. No sabemos qué fue lo que pudo haber pasado. Mi esposo anda viendo. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué es, amor?
Se movió la puerta, no sé qué va a caer aquí, nada.
Este es... no hay nada. No hay nada en el baño.
On another night, they captured their curtain moving by itself. Despite no visible wind, just watch.
Estamos otra vez aquí. Son las... ¿dónde está el teléfono? No sé ni qué horas son, pero se están escuchando ruidos. Y estamos solas. Mi esposo anda trabajando. Mis hermanas están dormidas. Saraí, despierta. Agarra por favor a la niña. Dios mío, estamos solas. No sé si alcanzan a escuchar. Se escucha el perro. ¿Qué horas son, hija? Estos ruidos. No sé si es imposible. Ay. No sé si es imposible dormir cuando estamos solas. Ay, no puede ser. No puede ser. Cada vez se nos hace más difícil dormir. Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios. Ay, no. Shh. A ver, pero se movió la cortina. Acompáñenme, por favor, a ver si no es alguien. Ay, no, que puede ser, no puede ser, no puede ser. ¿Alguien? Ay, yo no quiero salir.
Strangely, after these incidents were recorded, the activity stopped completely, but the mystery remains. Was it something paranormal, or is there a logical explanation? Before we jump into the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your support. In September 2015, a YouTuber known as X-Man Gage uploaded a disturbing video showing himself walking through his house while clearly frightened by something happening around him. The clip begins with him nervously moving his camera from room to room, breathing heavily as he tries to figure out what is going on. Almost immediately, strange things start to happen inside the house. Take a look.
What the fuck?
Lights throughout the home begin flickering rapidly, creating an unsettling atmosphere. As he continues searching for the source of the disturbance, several objects appear to shift or move slightly on their own. The tension grows as the activity becomes more intense. Then, just moments before the video ends, something in the kitchen suddenly crashes to the floor and shatters. Startled and overwhelmed, the uploader quickly runs away from the area, leaving the mess behind as the video abruptly cuts off. Some viewers believe the clip shows classic poltergeist activity, while others think the entire situation may have been staged. Either way, witnessing objects move and break inside your own home would be enough to scare anyone. In 2023, an explorer named Antonio Park set out to investigate a long-abandoned hospital hidden deep in the forests of Lima, Peru. The building, isolated and forgotten, carried an eerie silence that made it the perfect location for a late-night paranormal exploration. Accompanied by a friend, Antonio carefully moved through the dark, dust-covered hallways, recording everything on his phone. As they passed a locked room, something inside caught their attention. Take a look.
Oye, te lo juro que yo... Mira, en la esquina derecha, ven los ojos. ¡A la mierda! Oye, ¿qué es eso, concha su madre? Oye, ¡a la mierda, huevón, mi cuerpo! No sé, huevón, mi cuerpo está aquí... ¡Ay, concha su madre!
A la mierda, hermano, qué loco.
Oye, ¿qué es eso, huevón? Sí, huevón.
Ya deja de grabar, concha.
Oye, ¿qué es eso, hermano? ¿Qué es eso? A la mierda, gente, huevón.
Two glowing eyes stared directly back at him from the shadows, completely still, as if something was watching. Frozen in fear, they didn't dare get closer. Without another word, both quickly left the building, never discovering what was hiding behind that door. After returning home from work late one night, a man immediately sensed something wasn't right. His house, which should have been quiet and exactly as he left it, felt strangely disturbed. The first thing he noticed was his dog, wandering freely inside, even though he clearly remembered chaining it before leaving. The chain was still there, but somehow the dog was loose. As he moved further in, more unsettling details appeared. Have a look.
Llegando a mi casa, plebes, lo primero que veo es mi perro suelto, plebes, sentado tranquilo, plebes. El baño con la luz prendida, que yo siempre cuando me voy dejo apagado, plebes. Y lo que más miedo me da, plebes, es que la tele está apagada. Si yo cuando me fui, plebes, vi que estaba prendida. Y esto es lo que me está dando mucho miedo, plebes, saber que las cosas no están como yo las dejo.
A cross hanging on the wall seemed to move slightly on its own. Whether it was coincidence, an intruder, or something far more disturbing, he still has no explanation. At around 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, a teenage girl named Mildred Nava wakes up to something unusual. Her dog is curled up tightly on her blanket, pressed close to her and her sister, who share the same bed. This behavior immediately feels strange, as the dog almost never sleeps with them. Surprised but amused, Mildred grabs her phone to record the rare moment. However, as she reviews the footage, her amusement quickly turns to fear. Take a look. Looking closely at the video, Mildred notices something unsettling appear in the room. For just a few seconds, an unexplained figure seems to manifest out of nowhere before vanishing completely. The only other person present was her sister, fast asleep beside her. Viewers who later analyzed the clip believe the dog may have sensed something unseen and sought comfort. A zoomed-in frame from the footage has left many deeply disturbed, with some urging the sisters to avoid sleeping in that room altogether. A YouTuber known as It's Raining Babies shared a video describing several strange experiences that happened at his workplace, an old building called Wolfen Brewing, which many people believe is haunted. One day, while he was talking with a woman about the building's rumored hauntings, something unusual happened. Take a look.
You could see to the right of the door, there's kind of like a movement right there, and then it proceeds to go like up the stairs. But it could be someone, just walking on the outside on our front porch right there, which is logically what it is, but it almost seems that the camera's kind of bending. And it bends the staircase a little bit. And then right after it goes to the top of the stairs, the hat seems to jump up before it falls off onto the ground and kind of rolls around. It's very weird. It's something I can't explain.
A hat hanging on a rack suddenly falls to the floor without anyone touching it. Even stranger, near the staircase in the background, it almost looks like a faint, shadowy figure moving up the stairs before disappearing. The situation became even more unsettling the following day. The same woman returned to the brewery wearing the exact same clothes, but this time her behavior was very strange.
What is she doing? She seems to be walking weird, and then she's like peeping back in. Like, how long was she out on the porch just like staring in after the video cuts off? It's wild. It was a bizarre thing. I don't know what's up with that lady, but more importantly, I don't know what's up with that hat. That's the most evidence I've seen of something, and I saw it with my own eyes. It was right in front of me as I'm talking to this woman.
She stood silently in a corner staring at the wall for several minutes before wandering around the building. At one point, she startled a customer near the bathroom and began speaking oddly, even accusing them of eating dog food before claiming she eats it herself. She later asked for a beer the brewery hadn't sold in 2 years, then suddenly left, stopping outside the door to stare back inside before walking away. No one knows exactly why the woman was behaving so strangely that day, and her unsettling actions only added to the mystery surrounding the building. Jason and his friends decided to explore the old county jail, an abandoned building left to decay over the years. They weren't ghost hunters, just teens filming a parody of late-night ghost shows, joking around and pretending to chase spirits. Laughter filled the halls until they reviewed the footage at home. Take a look.
So we're in the phase of the investigation now where everybody breaks off in their own little areas with, a handy cam, and we're just sort of checking around to see if we can find anything on our own. And hopefully, each one of us finds our own evidence and our own personal story. Just sort of checking around.
In one clip, as Jason walks past a holding cell window and something impossible appears. A pale face presses against the glass, staring directly at the camera. The cell was empty and locked, used only for storage. The face looked agonized, silently screaming for help. As Jason moves on, it slowly fades into nothing. None of his friends saw it during filming, and Jason swears no one else was there. Whatever it wasn't part of their joke. And it left a haunting mark on their memories. Leah, an Amazon delivery driver, had been working the same storage facility for months without a single issue. On this night, she decided to record while collecting packages, not because she expected anything strange, but because something about the building felt wrong.
These people think I'm crazy. God, look at this shit. Just look. You see that shit? Y'all see that shit? Yo, watch that.
As she walked between the long rows of lockers, she noticed a few doors hanging open. Thinking nothing of it, she shut each one and checked that they were fully locked. Everything seemed normal again. But as she stepped away, the camera caught a soft, metallic groan. One locker she had just secured began to move. Slowly, the door pulled open by itself, stopping as if whatever caused it knew it was being watched. No footsteps, no drafts, no explanation. Whatever was there made sure it was seen. Nate's story is one of the most disturbing long-term hauntings, growing more intense with each passing day. What started as small, almost ignorable events inside his home slowly turned into something far more aggressive and terrifying. At first, Nate noticed minor disturbances. Quiet taps, objects slightly shifting, and faint whispers that were easy to dismiss. But over time, the activity escalated. In his kitchen, utensils didn't just fall, they were violently thrown across the room as if something unseen was trying to get his attention. One morning, his dog suddenly became restless, staring toward the kitchen and reacting to something invisible. Moments later, a loud bang echoed through the house. Take a look.
Alright, so I just heard something. I don't know where it was coming from, either the basement or the kitchen. Not sure where, but it sounded like a bang or something. The dog is reacting to it, so not sure what that was. Is that the wall? I don't know what that was. Those were there. Door's locked.
When Nate went to investigate, he captured something chilling on camera. A metal object suddenly flew across the kitchen and slammed into the sink with force. This wasn't an isolated incident. Similar events had already been happening, suggesting a pattern. Some viewers even claimed to hear a faint voice in the background whispering a single word, "Daddy." Things only got worse. On another day, Nate described seeing a dark, shadow-like figure moving near the basement stairs, disappearing as quickly as it appeared. When he called out, a faint voice seemed to respond, making the situation even more unsettling. Watch closely.
When you're sitting on a Sunday morning, having a cup of coffee, and you see all I can describe as a dark smoke or mist or cloud or something come up the basement stairs and move into the kitchen. Back door is locked. Both locks. It came up from the basement. Like right down there. Hello? This entity or whatever, this ghost, whatever's in my home, spirit, sure is making a hell of a lot of noise tonight. I was upstairs, just getting ready for bed. So I gotta be up at like 3:30 in the morning, 3:30, and it sounded like a friggin' herd of elephants down here. It was insane. Front door's locked. The back door's locked. That was insane. That was it. What the was that? See what I mean? It sounds like a herd of elephants. Holy shit. Okay. I could have swore that was shut. I could have swore that was shut. I tripped on what? I was just working out and saw a black mass shadow dart across, like from the landing of those stairs that way, and then went around that corner towards the basement. I didn't hear any steps. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was facing this way, lifting right here, and just saw it out of the corner of my left eye. Let's see. It like went down across this way. Hello? Front door's locked. So is he? I swear sometimes it's more active in the daytime. Hello?
Nate often heard heavy footsteps upstairs, even though he was completely alone. Have a look.
Coming from down here, I was upstairs laying in bed, and I heard sound like somebody sprinted. Sound like somebody sprinted from the front door through the kitchen. Front door's locked. My doorbell timer didn't go off, so nobody came in. And I was moving when I came down. That's weird. There's nobody f***ing down here. Like, nobody down here. Nobody here. Check the back door. Locked. Locked. Like, what the hell? How do you explain that? I need to get out of this house. I got twins on the way. We'll be here in September. I'm not gonna raise them in this house. With this going on. Still moving somewhere too. Freezing down here too. Freezing. Ooh. It just slipped towards me.
The sounds were loud and deliberate, like someone pacing back and forth. On one occasion, he woke up to what sounded like someone sprinting through his house. When he checked, every door was locked and no one was there. Over time, the activity seemed less random and more intentional, as if something was trying to communicate or even intimidate him. The situation growing increasingly aggressive, and with a family on the way, Nate finally came to a terrifying conclusion. Whatever was inside his home wasn't leaving, so he might have to.